Go for it. You should call them.
Make sure the Twitch is muted. Yeah, did you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Mahir, what's up? Mahir? Alright, so welcome to the UPSL. We've got our first game of the night. I think it's actually our only game of the night. Spencer's team versus Yu's team. Yu's team is the blue side, and they've banned Annie and Caitlyn, whereas Spencer's team has banned Braum and Zyro2 supports. And we're still waiting to see what's going on with our Skype call, because it's going to be rather hard to, commentate alone. We're still working on setting up the stream, so... I don't know what Ben's Skype ID is.
Here, I can add him.
Go ahead, Ben. Alright.
Yeah, he was trying to call me actually.
Setting up the stream.
Alright. Sorry about that.
Alright, can you guys see the game?
Yeah, I'm in expected mode.
Alright, so we have a Lulu first pick from the blue side. And this is a flex pick. It could go top, mid, or bot. It's most likely a top lane Lulu. Counter picking maybe a Renekton or Shyvana, like a cruiser.
Yeah, I don't think Hard 163 plays much Lulu. It might.
Alois does play. Alois plays a lot of Lulu. I would assume it's what they're going to default to. It's what they defaulted to when they got you and Alois. When they got Evangelion Jr. and Alois together in one bot lane before.
Yeah, Mahir, you're going to need to get headphones if you're going to, commentate, or just turn the sound down like all the way so that the feedback doesn't get into the Skype call. Alright, so we see a Nidalee. And a Nocturne.
Okay, so...
Holy shit, Mahir, that is way too loud.
Be here.
Is it better now?
No, we can still hear your Facebook links.
Still can hear the background.
That's not my Facebook.
Sure hell's not mine.
I doubt it's mine. I have headphones in.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can play.
Alright, who is that?
No, that's gonna be a little tough. Does Yuan play Ben? I mean, does Evangelion Jr. play, Fane?
Yeah, no, well, okay, so I've been talking to him a lot. He says he's just gonna pull it out and play. Even though he's really bad at it. But it's alright, because this is UPSL.
I mean, Lucian's still up. And Twitch.
Yeah, no, he's literally just like, yeah, I'm just gonna pick Fane no matter what happens, and,
Not sure why blue team banned out Yasuo when it's their pick.
Currently, Evangelion Jr. is talking in Champion Select. Apparently he didn't know that one of the other team's players was going to be playing because he was on a different account, and because of that, he wants to redo their Champion Select phase because they would probably target him as he would be the highest rated player on their team. Well, let's see what he's saying.
I feel like it's his responsibility to figure that out right before the game starts, rather than after the...
I mean, if he's not on his main account, then we had a rule that you weren't allowed to play on your account on someone else's account. Like, for instance, if they had more champs or more room pages, you have to go stick with their main account, or at least the one that you signed up with.
I still feel like the picks should remain the same even if they haven't gone.
No, Chris Wang, he's very good at Nocturne. He would not have gotten Nocturne if they knew he was playing. Wait, alright, no, apparently they're not playing, so it doesn't matter. All good, continuing onwards. Alright. Alright, they're in game. I'm spectating in. Let's go. 3 minutes in. Leopold the fifth on Lulu top versus Beta Ray Bill on Kale top. Kale's a really strong pick. I'm surprised you got through champion flex. Morgana Lucian for their bot lane. Also a really strong combination. Spencer playing 80 carry. Nicholas 1024 playing 80 carry. Something he doesn't do a lot of. Then Randy and Moz on Nidalee mid with Ignite. That's a very, very aggressive choice, especially versus Riven. Hard 163 on Riven, playing another 80 mid. Was he also a ban during Champions left?
Yeah.
Alright. Seems fair enough. If you're gonna ban Yasuo, you may as well take Nidalee. But Hard 163, very, very aggressive player. I would imagine that you would not want Ignite versus that, but we'll see what happens. Nocturne, not the most popular jungle right now ever since Pharaoh Flare nerfs went through, but still a pretty strong pick. It's not, unfortunately, it doesn't really seem like Nocturne synergizes with the rest of their team too much. You've got Nocturne who wants to dive in, but he's going to be all by himself. Everyone else on his team is just sort of ranged and peeling backwards while Nocturne goes in. Well, I mean, I don't really see Nocturne getting to build too much damage. She's gonna have to go almost full tank to survive. Especially if you have Vayne and Riven. It's very, very difficult to pin down Vayne with Nocturnes, and I don't really know who Nocturne's gonna be focusing down in these team fights, because Vayne just goes invisible and tumbles away from you, and then you're just left getting chunked down and fighted by Vayne, who can and will fight you.
Yeah, purple team's team comp doesn't really mesh completely together. They could get away with some kind of Kale split push and try to poke with Nidalee, but I don't know, Nocturne really doesn't fit in.
Yeah, I'm assuming default Nocturne was just the default comfort pick. Def on Elise jungle, we saw him play that during game 1. He did alright, but he's pretty hampered by his ping. I don't know if Elise is really the champion that I would pick if I had 300 ping, maybe more, but I mean, she has one very, very important skill shot. It's probably not ideal. Lulu has been banned or picked in every game so far, which is honestly very, very impressive. She's a high priority champion, but I don't think we've seen her go mid once yet. It's always been top or support.
I think part of that's because my team's probably played most games so far. No one wants to be playing Lulu apparently.
Yeah. Alright, game starts.
Yeah,
oh, so,
Both got a pretty good protective Vayne team comp, so I wouldn't be surprised if Vayne does a lot during this game.
At the same time, Blue's team doesn't really have any sort of heart engaged for dealing with the middle. We actually have not seen UPSL players run Nidalee yet, and I'm not surprised. I mean, it's just a very, very popular pick, but yeah, I don't see how Blue side is going to deal with the constant Pogi. You'd have to try and force something with Flash Zone.
Yeah, like Flash Crescendo or a Flash Riven stun with Lulu knockup to back that up. something like that.
Yeah, but that's a lot of pressure to be placed on your lowest rated player. Ideally, you want Evangelion Jr., Leopold, or Hardbun 68 who have for higher rated to be making what reads like forced initiations, but we'll see how that goes.
I mean, if something like Riven starts to play for like EAQing and then flash Wing into like, if she sees like 2 priority carries just standing bunched up together, then like she could just go for it, and then hopefully Sona will be able to react quick enough to back it up with the crescendo right after. But it's still like a lot. It's a lot of things going on for them to do.
If you don't get Kale or Morgana with that initial stun combination, then they're just going to shield the crap out of whoever's left. And after that, you might not get them. Even if you get Nocturne for that, you would need to get Lucian out of the fight immediately. So I was in New Skype call along with Neil before, and it seems that their plan is just to go and try and let Evangelion Jr. farm up until mid-late game, where he will hopefully be able to out-carry Nicholas 1024, which I have some faith in him. He's not really a Vayne player at all, mind you. Entirely at all. And Vayne Sona is not a strong lane in general, especially versus Lucian Morgana, which is just like the standard go-to lane. It's not. I don't even know if you would want to run it versus them. I don't know anything about this Morgana player, so maybe they're comfortable running it against her, but it's not something you're looking for. You might be looking for a 1-2 lane swap, actually, just to go and try and put Lulu, who has some range, against their team.
It's almost done, but
You here? Save that. You here?
Sorry. Alright, I don't really know much about any of these players other than Blue Team, I guess. Like I said before, Vayne pick is I don't really expect that at all, so we'll see how it works out. And then we'll see how Lulu works out this game. I think Jeff has been putting more practice into her, so probably gonna have a little bit better of a laning pace than last time.
Does anyone actually know why Jeff has been playing so much top Lulu? Is his team forcing him to do it, or does he actually think it's just really strong? Apparently there's a remake. I'm not sure. I've just been told this.
Apparently what?
Neil said there's going to be a remake.
Why?
Yeah, that's what he said. I'm just going. He messaged me here now. Apparently somebody crashed. Oh, they didn't make a tournament draft, so there's no pauses. So they're forcibly remaking. I believe so. Alright, yeah, they're remaking right now because they did not make tournament draft. Also, these guys all suck.
Alright.
Sorry. Guys suck. Suck. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you asked me tournament draft just because we have all sorts of stupid connection problems constantly. And yeah, Mahir, it's called the Evangelion Junior's game. Same picks. Password is AAA, no capitals. Mahir and Dan. Yeah, sorry. Here again, that's him too. You know, I just realized I've never heard an LCS commentator sneeze in the middle of the game. Is that normal? They talk for like hours.
Welcome to.
They mute their mics on this page.
Same band. Yeah, they're doing troll bands because they know exactly what they're gonna pick already.
These picking bands. Alright. So, if you guys missed it, this is a remake. They're just gonna be exactly what they had before. Deep is obviously gonna switch to take
Oh wow, it is true that there are no males on Blue Team. Is Nocturne a guy? Legitimate question. Guy.
Nocturne was originally a guy, according to the lore.
Originally?
No, he was some sort of like strange demon spirit, some bullshit. Alright, I'm spectating into the game now.
Yeah, I mean, what's going on?
I'm doing that right now. So we've got a couple minutes before it starts, and
Carol's got health regen on Carol. That's interesting. Move.
oh Jesus, that's
No
weird.
attack speed. Most kills run attack speed runes somewhere in there, so it might hurt him a little not to have those. I don't know if health regen is going to help too much against Lulu. The movement speed might be.
He's also running
useful.
2190. He's running generic magic hybrid page. That's a really odd combination of runes. The extra 1.5% movement speed, that's one movement speed quick. And he's running two.
Yeah, and he didn't get the attack speed masteries either. He has 4 in CDR and only 1 in attack speed. So, very questionable.
Nocturne went 0-30 into defense. He's just going to go for that full tank build.
I feel like you still need, if you want to have any kind of presence as Nocturne, you still need to go some kind of damage on your masteries. I don't know if 0-30 is the best choice, even if you are planning on building full tank. Or we'll see how that pans out.
Donna doesn't actually have like a full rune page yet. She's running attack damage, 1 thing of critical chance, armor, magic resist, and 9% attack speed. So probably not what she was hoping to find. Oh, this literally is going hard. 7.83 magic penetration, scaling AP per level, flat armor, and then flat AP points. There's 0 MR anywhere in that. She will be very, very vulnerable to these ganks, or even to a lane swap if they decide to do that. Lulu can shove out for very hard against.
Yeah, I like the Lulu versus Nilly matchup. It's pretty good for early laning. I don't know if Riven would enjoy laning versus Kale though.
You can all in Kale, and if you fail, you're all in. You just try. Which is pretty much how everything goes versus Kale. But it's all good.
Game kill, win game.
What is Hugh running? Evangelion Jr. is running 9% attack speed, 10.8 attack damage, 32 health, and then armor and MR. What is the 32 health?
I think it's flat health and flat armor. I think it's like 4 and 5 mix of steals. Some AD carries run it in the pro scene like that.
But yeah, if he's running all that flat utility, it doesn't look like they're going to be going for a lane swap. I mean, generally speaking, if you're going to go for a lane swap, then you just run full on scaling everything because you know you won't be any real pressure for the first couple levels. Which is a very nice advantage to have.
I feel like Riven should have gone complete AD over lifesteal. I don't know if she'll really need the lifesteal for runes.
4.5%.
That's full lifesteal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how much lifesteal you need versus Italy, right?
It's really not worth getting lifesteal coins anymore for the most part on most champions after the nerfs came out. Because having 7 extra AD in lane would help a lot for Riven farming and just killing Italy. And yeah, Nidalee really should have taken heal against Riven. There's not much she can do in the lane.
Yeah.
I don't know if she thought that was going to be a Lulu mid and Riven top, but they might not.
But they knew it was going to be They knew it was going to be hard 163, and hard primarily plays AD champions. So I don't really know what they thought they were going to go for. Currently, Evangelion Jr. is resetting his internet. So there's going to be a pause coming up in a couple minutes, but not until then. It looks like everyone's loaded, but Italy. So we'll be there starting in a minute or so. Apparently, 100% of Nidalee this season have taken Ignite, which I really do not know how I feel about, but it's alright. It's a personal preference, I think. Even if it's not quote-unquote optimal, if you feel more comfortable running Ignite than heal, then it's your prerogative.
I think I'm running Ignite over TP, and every time I play top lane.
I only run, actually, sometimes. I run Ignite if I know they're going to try and all me, which is pretty often, actually.
This is more of a solo queue thing to run Ignite over.
Alright, it looks like Evangelion Jr. is heading top. It looks like he will be... Is he going to go for the 2v1 after all? Or are they just setting up Elise? Elise goes to red buff, which is weird. I don't even know what they're doing. That happened. Sona's still in days.
If they got a 2v1...
And they pause.
If they got a 2v1, I feel like they should go for that red side invade towards the duo lane. But yeah, it looks like Lulu's heading towards Elise.
Here, has there ever been a UPSL game without a pause?
I doubt it.
I'm thinking, right? I don't actually remember there ever being one.
Or something in every game. At some point.
We'll be fine. Let's go. Nicholas currently DMing in chat. Go big.
His mom turned off.
Evangelion Jr.'s parents turned off the Wi-Fi in case you can't read it. That is beautiful. Yeah. Our resident statistician has said that every single UPSL game has been paused at least once. Majority of them have been paused multiple times. I think once we almost made it through a whole game, then someone paused just to keep traditions. Just looking at this, Nidalee went with a blue potion and a red potion instead of 2 red potions. That's very, very confident. That's the sort of thing you do if you don't expect to be pressured at all in lane and you think you can get away with sustaining and healing.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be a mistake. If they get one good gank off her, then Riven can end up all-inning her at any point if they don't get the kill right away.
It's a very... I think it's actually a pretty suspect thing to do. We'll see how that goes. Maybe they're just planning on having Nocturne camp mid very hard. Evangelion Jr. has reconnected, but they are not letting them start game yet.
For the record, the pause runs out.
It's actually pretty funny. Also, I don't think we've ever made like an actual UPSL team forfeit because of pausing or people not showing up on time just because of how frequently it happens. So,
I don't think we've
there's that.
run out of time.
Yeah. Ah, jeez. So Ray Moss says that he's currently going to go to Chipotle, which I completely recommend. I went to Qdoba earlier today. It was very, very disappointing. It was like 60 cents more after tax for a burrito, and it was not as good. Qdoba is not recommended at all, folks. Just stick with Chipotle. Chipotle is fantastic. There's a Chipotle like for coupon going around somewhere, and I just couldn't find it. I was really sad about that. Chipotles are magic happens. Sona's slow. She hasn't leveled up her skills yet. She hasn't popped anything yet.
I don't think she connected.
At least she said ready. And I think, no, she definitely connected.
Oh, okay.
And we're ready. Let's go, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Elise heads towards red buff. So even though you don't have the two people leashing for her, she looks like she's still further.
Why is everybody
not sure
just
why.
standing mid?
Are they grouping for an invade? I think they might be.
What that was about.
Yeah, they are going for an invade.
That's
The ward will
the
spot.
way
They will spot the ward. I have no clue what that was supposed to be. But wards are starting to get. Nobody on either team started with their red trinket, so those wards will go unpunished. Kale heads back up top. Purple team has not scouted the 2v1. And there's another pause. No regrets. Oh look, it's the other team's fault this time. Alright, game is resuming. Alright.
I think they just want a ward.
They will be spotted by the ward, but looks like they're going to go for it anyways. Yeah, blue side's just dropping wards all around. I actually really like their warding. They know exactly what purple team's doing. They've stopped both invade attempts so far.
Yeah,
Looks like it's going to be Nocturne after blue.
It didn't really look like.
Even without the extra distance,
Sorry, it didn't really look like.
Depp will still be starting blue. Kale will be spotted in the ward. Oh, she's gonna walk in. She's gonna solo Q this.
Oh
She's
my
gonna solo Q this.
God.
Bane goes for
Wait.
the stun. Sona Q goes off. Exhaust comes down. She's level
first.
over
He's
W.
not gonna be able to farm at all.
Sona goes in and does not quite get it. If Bane flashed for that,
I mean, she'll be able to
if
TP
Bane
back.
flashed for that, she would have. Yeah, she'll be TP back. They won't even lost it. Enemy started hitting to do. I really don't think that was even worth it for blue side. Sona had used heal and let Bane catch up maybe, then they would have gone the kill. But even if that had happened, if she had gone the death, it would have been a free 4-minute kill. It wouldn't have been that worthwhile.
Yeah, popping exhaust and then flashing for it was a little much. And then, I mean, Kale's not gonna be able to do much, I'm saying.
Yeah. Kale just straight up out of that. But she leveled up her W first, which means she will not be able to CS until level 2.
She will get absolutely no farm.
Oh jeez. This
She was trying to stay in the XP range.
looks like Vayne is not even gonna try and zone. She's trying, but not too well. She's pushing lane pretty hard. It doesn't look like they're gonna go for a 3-man dive on top. Ping comes out to it. Nocturne heads back into his own jungle after clearing out wolves and Drake. That's a pretty unusual thing to do because it slows down your jungle.
All in. Oh,
She's there.
I don't know.
She will be spotted. She just walks up Depp with the 600 South America ping, takes some creeps, drops a W, no real harm done. Nocturne is taking his red buff. And it looks like there was a big trade.
Okay.
Oh, and they go for the dive. The dive comes down. Vayne very low. Will she be able to get away? She does not have heal. Nocturne
Probably gonna
on
be
the
fine.
edges.
Yeah, there's not much that they could do. Nocturne's in the danger.
Oh, it looks like Evangelion Jr. wants this. He wants this.
If Elise could set it up,
away.
he
If
could go
he's
for it.
at least stunned, this is over. He hits it. A tower shot just seemed like it took forever to happen. Nocturne will be okay. But down mid, Hardwoods either used his flash and his ignite, did not get either of Nidalee summoners, is lower in health, but has all the CS right now.
Yeah, I think he
pushed
can
out.
do that. Because in the long run, if he can deny Nidalee that early CS, it'll be good for him. And he can still play pretty aggressive against her. She's been using a lot of mana and not getting much CS for it. And I don't think they're going to be feeling driven anytime soon. Nocturne was forced to go top instead of hoping mid.
One of the interesting things about the Nid versus any AD matchup is that you can't rush Chalice as easily, which is where most of Nid's mid-game power comes from. The ability to just drop spears over and over and over. If you have to go like Seeker's Arm Guard early on because you need the extra armor, you're just much weaker.
She did still go tier into Seekers though. Viable against AD mid.
9 CS, jeez, that's less than Lulu, who still has her teleport up, but she's getting pressured out pretty hard bot lane. Nicholas doing a decent job of keeping Lulu down.
Nice part of Lulu and 2v1s is you could farm with your E on your friendly minion and then Q the low health minions.
Yeah, that's what I would
range.
do, but it does not look like they're doing too well. He's doing too well, at least.
Looks like Elise is looking for a gank mid. Or might just be looking for some wolves, but there's
She
nothing
dropped the
in the...
ward. She can look for some counter jump. There's nothing fine there.
There's
Yeah.
nothing there, just wasted time right now. Might go for bot.
Oh no. Well, it just came back, but she didn't see that, so I was just gonna come back and grab it. Alright, it's not a complete waste of time, but we'll get something out of it.
Ooh, Evangelion
Oh,
Jr.
jeez.
got hit by the
Kale will get dropped, will she not? Oh, she gets dropped at the last possible instant. Nocturne barely misses his Q. That would have killed her.
Flash.
He's gonna go in for the gank. He has flash. He just
Cooldown's up soon. If he flashes,
3, 2, 1. He flashes.
Okay.
He hits the Q.
Riven's roaming up though, but I don't think she'll be able to get too
He's not gonna
much.
get it. Plus, Nocturne stays and grabs all that she has. Even if she does have full health path, Riven's not gonna get anything for that roam. Nid is at least picked off 2 camps in Nocturne's side. And Nocturne is going to go for the Pharaoh Flare, so that will slow him down quite a bit. Kill teleports back up, because teleport is a fun and balanced super skill right now. So she's still out leveling Vayne and Sona because teleport is again a fun and balanced super skill. He's come down bot, dodges the binding,
Just
relieving a little bit of pressure, no harm done.
tower is
I'm
about.
actually kind of surprised that Nocturne. Yeah.
I think they're probably gonna get this tower soon because Leopold looks like he wants it back relatively soon, and at least.
He wants to use his teleport.
That is
That's what-
suspect.
No, that's what most kills do.
No, but he since he's maxing his Q first, he's not gonna be able to keep his E up constantly, and without any CDR runes, so like
Your
reset
cooldown
himself.
doesn't change based on how much you max your E.
Really? Not at all.
Not at all. I mean, you might want to put some points to your W and try to stay into the lane. But she also went for a dagger and boots first. I don't even know where she's going with that.
Well, either way, if she's going for an auto attack based build, you wanna go for the E max for
'cause
damage on that.
what happens is that you don't. If you're gonna go for a standard Nashor's Hurricane build, maxing Q into E does more damage, and it gets you your fully maxed E by the time you get a Hurricane. Anyway, it's whatever. It's not fantastic, but yeah, I just don't know about her item choice. It seems that she doesn't have very much stay and very much of anything. I would have gone like extra Dorans, try and hold tower, or Even
I mean,
this
the
one,
other
if
thing
you
is,
master,
the other thing is,
right, you're just gonna push fast.
she's gonna have
Are you
to.
gonna try and push her? Like Vayne is completely okay with freezing as well. Vayne scales probably just as hard as Kale, if not
She's about
a
to
little
die.
bit weaker. Oh, she goes in for the gank. Stun comes down. Action goes in.
Oh, should be dead. The Crescendo misses.
She misses the Sona ult. Kale's not of ult yet though.
Yeah, Kale's almost 6, but not quite. He's like 3 more minions, 4 more minions.
I think 2 more minions. And she desperately needs that 6. She's just
Yeah.
so weak and vulnerable to that.
They need a back top. At least it's coming up, and they can go for a dive if she comes around.
They will definitely go. Even without Sona ult, it should be successful considering that Vayne's trying her best to harass right now. At least taking the red buff, that's what happens when you get pushed in like that and have to go back to defend top. There's already a 2,000 gold lead for blue side because of all the counter jungling and
Very greedy for the CS there.
That is so greedy. Yeah, turn goes down anyways.
Yeah, Kill CP will be up soon, so I'm not sure if they'll quite be able to get the turret, but I don't think she's going to be able to defend it.
Reason not to. You've got 3 top. Lee's push is pretty fast.
It looks like Lulu has out-leveled Lucian now.
Yeah.
Nothing much.
I don't really know what she's. Yeah, that's 2 towers down. For
Yeah.
the side.
Purple side hasn't been able to get a single turret on the farm after the map. They haven't made much turret damage in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I really don't know what Nicholas is doing in this situation.
I feel like
I don't think he's a. Is he trying to push? I can't even tell.
No, I feel like
that was
it's
but not like that.
and that is a very complete deadly.
How does this 3-man rotation, 1-man rotation mid?
Yeah, they need to get
Literally just
down on that side.
There's also like a decent amount of board control going down purple side top jungle, whereas purple side has some wards. Well, they have 1 ward in the banana bush on bottom half of blue jungle, but it's not like anyone has been in that half for a very long time. The ward doesn't really even make a difference. Morgana trying to force something does hit a good Q, does not have the damage to back it up.
They should
Leopold
rotate
gets dropped
for
by
Dragon here. Looks like they want to get Lucian, who is pretty low after killing Lulu.
Lulu didn't ult or flash or anything. That was she
Yeah.
was straight up misplay.
Lucian's gonna die here.
Oh, that was a nice dash. Nice dash past
Nice.
the.
Yeah, with the
Done.
heal. Ooh, he might get the
Good
kill.
cooling. No, she might get her. He will get her.
And Vayne
And
has on
purple
the
side
side. Oh,
came back up to pick up.
they should try to turn this into a dragon. See if Elise.
Literally getting
catch
poked
it.
down by at least a little bit. Being harassed out. Where's that defeated?
Yeah, I think this is
Probably
have to give up this dragon.
Kale's also pushing the top at the same time. Oh, Kale doesn't know that using your E doesn't do any damage against extra damage against towers. That's alright. Looks like she's confused with whether she wants to go CS or she wants to go push. I think she's trying to do a thing where you let as many of the creeps as possible die to deny EXP. But at this rate, she might not actually get it before someone on blue side shows up. That was a big gold sweet on purple side. They needed that. Really good play by Nicholas, holding down Lulu and. If you look at the gold differential, Lucian has 4,500 gold. Vayne only has 3,900 gold. But there is a reasonably large gold difference between Lulu.
Ooh, that's
Actually,
fair.
not even. Where is the gold difference coming from?
Yeah. Riven has a lot more gold than Italy.
3,500. No, she's got 500 gold on her.
And then the top lane as well. Looks like Boxberg will fall. No, it won't.
Will not fall. He gets scared away by Vayne coming down.
It's like almost
Lulu's gonna be 1v5. Blue is up. They will be grabbing that. She desperately needs that. Oh geez, look at Nidalee's build. She went straight for a blasting wand. Wow, I don't know how I feel about that.
That
Not
is
something I'm
again quite
very
questionable.
suspect.
Nicholas hasn't fought in a long time. He's sitting on like 2,000 gold. Right? He should
You can-
turn that into a
You can
bloodthirst.
get a bloodthirster like
But it doesn't look like
I
he's gonna get
don't.
opportunity to with the first.
Push this off for too long. They're gonna probably lose bot tower after this. His ult is up. They'll hold it back for one wave. Nocturne's there too. Is he gonna ult for it?
Yeah, they're just gonna get pulling for the wave here. Morgana gets out on the back end of that though.
He gets absolutely annihilated. It looks like she might have lagged that. It's not gonna spell she got off fast enough.
I mean, if you're gonna
Nocturne
have,
ult is up.
if you're gonna have Lucian call the wave to get rid of it, there's no reason to get anywhere near the wave to go for what's gonna play. That'll probably be bot turret with that death.
That was really. Nocturne going in. He's got a giant spell. He's relatively tanky.
If they land anything on Lucian, he'll be dead.
Very doubtful. Which is why they're going to do the same thing. They're going to go big, give up tower. The top lane. Kayla's actually been doing pretty well against Lulu. She's been closing up the gold differential quite rapidly, and she's taking jungle minions kind of slowly. But there's no jungle minions up there for Lulu to take. She can just free farm tower. She will scale much harder than Lulu if she gets a chance to hang out there.
And a pause.
Austin's in. Swag. Once Vayne gets her fork, she can go and split push versus pretty much anyone.
Yeah,
She'll be going to try to force picks and assassinations. Her team fighting won't be as strong as Lucian's for a while, but her ability to just 1v1 split push and dive people and get out is unmatched.
I feel like if she doesn't get the jump on Lucian first, he would have a good chance of winning that 1v1. But otherwise, yeah, Vayne can pretty much kill anybody on the enemy team by herself.
It basically just comes down to whether or not Vayne hits her stun or not. That's like actually it.
Yeah, because otherwise a Bloodthirst solution with the passive on all his abilities can destroy a Vayne.
Yeah, Nicholas has over 20 CS on Vayne, which is pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie, but he's just been also hanging out a lot in bot, not too much else. And for all that, Vayne's got way more kill participation than him. Vayne's been there for every single kill. So is Sona.
They traded kills and towers for some farm on Lucian, which might not be worth it in the long term.
Oh jeez. It was all the way in. Riven gets snared, but will walk it out anyways. Riven did not have aggro. I don't know if that was a good Morgana. Morgana has a flashback out. Blue team loses a tower while this is going down bot, but oh jeez, Morgana almost goes down. She's very low. At least misses a stun onto Kale. Lulu flashes in, gets a polymorph off. And now the most fed member of the team, Lucian, is walking back towards mid. Will it be early enough, fast enough to save tower? If he gets a sideways cooling off. It's a little bit off, but that is a oh jeez, he dashes in far too aggressive. That's so aggressive.
He might still be the call. Yep. Nocturne ult, but doesn't go on anymore.
Kale has her ult up. I think that was definitely a fightable. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Lucian and Elise and Lulu were off in the jungle stealing red buff, I think, which might have been a mistake considering what happened.
Goes in. Oh, Nidalee goes down. But Kale just go premature.
Purple side still looks strong in this fight, though. Ooh. Tried to flash.
Spider-Link tanks is here. That was good.
Yeah, I feel like purple team needs to expect these aggressive dives from blue team and somehow just be ready for them instead of reacting late. And then polymorph lands on Lucian.
Elise goes in. I don't think she's expecting, but she does.
Axe right up.
These spears are close, she's just not close enough. Also, Nidalee is going straight for a death count, which is incredibly gold inefficient. Like, no matter how you look at it, it's not literally the worst possible item on AP Nidalee to rush. It's up there.
I mean, they're not going to be able to siege at all with Death Camp Rush unless she has blue buff, but it looks like blue side has had pretty good control of the purple side jungle in this game.
Yeah. Sun goes down, Elise drops a little bit of fast. Here, I'll be right back. Can you take over casting full time for a second?
Looks like Vayne is going to be going bot to split push now, and Lucian will be going down bot as well, so maybe She got a 1v1 against him. Dragon has respawned. Purple's team has vision control over that right now. And Deep still, Dev didn't back yet, so he's half health. TPs are up for both laners. Leopold is low here, so he has to watch out if Purple team goes for Dragon. Kale is up, so Dragon could be coming soon.
Wow, the flash for the kill. Now it looks like Elise is overextended a little bit. Did she make it to the red buff? No.
Looks like Elise will get away, unless the flash is work.
But
Vayne is in a bad position. The wards will see her, but it looks like she'll get out. It should be a pretty easy dragon, but they might end up trading with her for it. Which is pretty slow anyways.
TPing up top to save the tower and keep that successfully, but red side.
Riven's roaming up top, wants to go for Kale, but looks like Kale will be able to get away before Lulu sees her.
See how far Vayne can push mid before red side can respond. They're coming mid, Vayne can street back to top lane towards her. There's not a whole lot of ward control on the map right now.
Yeah, Purple team really needs to get some wards on the top side jungle. Looks like Riven goes in with her ulti, able to spell shield the stun. Vayne flashes in, and that's probably going to be a 1-for-1 trade with that flash.
Way overextended.
He's a little too aggressive.
Lucian is now 4-0-3 and has 22k.
Knocked her ult, Kale dropped her ult. Looks like Riven is going to die to Lucian. Lucian is getting really big in these team fights. 404 right now is his score.
6-1-1.
Yeah, Nocturne's going to be really tanky and really hard to kill with.
Especially with those 0-30-0 masteries. It's really ugly.
Looks like Lucian's going for... I'm not sure if that's a long sword for Phage or Last Whisper. What if he does want it? He could pick up Last Whisper now, but...
What I miss?
Trinity Force is probably better. A lot of kills going for purple side.
Oh geez, they actually equalized.
Yeah, so purple got a couple picks and got Dragon while you were gone.
Alright. Yeah, Spencer's coming up very, very big in this game. His Lucian 4-0-4. Yeah, he's...
Random is completed for Nocturne now. Elise is going for the Abyssal Scepter for the magic resistance.
Is that, oh jeez, is that really happening? That's also very, very suspect.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I can 1v1.
She should not be going for an Abyssal Scepter. Like haunting guys is just a superior item, especially if you have for AP damage in your team. Lulu. Okay, that's not that impressive.
Yeah, if she wants penetration, haunting guys. If she wants the magic resist, probably better to get a locket in that situation. Mid-charge will go down.
Riven wants this, but she's getting kited around by Kale.
Yeah, Riven is not going to be able to do much. Kale has ulti, so even if Riven gets to jump on her, she'll be able to survive. A lot of life steal.
Ripple's all rotating top. We will get spotted out. Riven has gone for a very traditional Fertilizer Bloodthirster build instead of the standard Hydra build, which gives her a lot more split pushing power and probably some better... I think has higher damage because of all the animation cancel you can get off.
Yeah, and I think Bloodthirster is more common on mid-Riven. Oh, Riven goes in with the...
Nice flash stun. Nice stun initiation.
Yeah, Lucian dies almost immediately. The KO doesn't come out until very late. When it does come, it doesn't actually negate any damage. A little bit of a misplay from Purple Team. Yeah, Kale needed to ult Lucian. They needed to have Nocturne there. He was nowhere to be found.
So Lucian's safe for the last hit on tower, even when it looked like Riven was walking towards it. That was pretty suspect. Morgana didn't get her shield off early enough to go at like anyone from being stunned. And then Nidalee was just too close in to handle.
Yeah, so Riven did what I was talking about earlier. She flashed in and got a good stun off on multiple people and then just blew her whole combo on them to get a lot of AoE damage off.
Oh god. Nocturne went Berserker's Greaves. That's...
yeah, Tammy's would probably... Mercury doesn't probably...
Not the drive-by smite. It was up, people did that.
28 Feral Flare stack, 22 minutes. It's a little bit slow, but... have an opportunity.
We have 4 sweepers out on the game for blue team, so it looks like they'll be going for a lot of ward clearing. And to be honest, there isn't many wards to clear. So
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's
see how that works out.
also, both junglers are 6-1 and 1. Nocturne is 0-30-0, which just remind everybody. He literally went full tank. He has a random as his first nature item, and he still has more kills than anyone else on his team. Jeez.
Nidalee is going straight into void staff right after the death cap.
This Nidalee is dueling with absolutely no regrets. Yeah.
Yeah, looking for fast fights and expects to land a lot of spears. So
Nocturne has finally completed his Sparrow Flare at 23 minutes and a half. A little slow Sparrow Flare.
yeah, Nocturne's Flare was a little slow there. So we'll see if you can start doing a little more now. But I mean, 0 offense masteries and 0 other offensive items doesn't really make sense with a Sparrow Flare, in my opinion.
If we look at
So,
Red Side's
here,
inventories, there's only one pink ward and a Sightstone on the stone on Morgana, but nobody else on the team has wards, and that contributes to a relative lack of vision anywhere in their own jungle.
Ooh, Lucian might be caught. No. Okay. Looks like Nocturne actually does buy a Cutlass now, so gonna be building a little bit more damage.
Alright, see, I'm here. What do you think Purple needs to do to go and get this game going in their favor again?
I think they should just group up and try to get some kind of push on, because I feel like they have decent team fight if they could coordinate their ultis and peel for Lucian properly. The main objective is to not get caught up by like crescendo or a flash on Riven with a stun afterward. So, but I mean, blue team also has a lot
Lucian
of
shows in. Sono Crescendo gets used. Pulling goes in. Will not get too much out of it. Elise comes back down. Nocturne ultimate goes in. He goes onto Vayne. Lulu ult goes onto Vayne. Teleport goes in from Kale. He is being exhausted. Nocturne flashes and gets the Randuin off. Lucian chasing with his W.
Yeah, Vayne's gone.
Nocturne, Vayne goes down.
Ooh, Nocturne.
Good Morgana ult.
Really
That's absolutely everybody. That was brutal.
Oh my god, there's a pause.
And the game has been paused.
Okay. Unpause right away. What the heck?
The immediate wreck coming out of Kale. And media on pause as well.
Wait.
Jeez, Nocturne is getting so many kills.
Oh, I think Depp was lagging there and paused the game. I think the unpause is fine there because Depp died anyways. But
they also kind of unpaused without waiting for
yeah, a lot more picks coming down for Purple Team, catching people out of position, getting another dragon for it.
That 0-30-0 mastery Nocturne is now 9-1-2. Securing move up on Italy is really important, considering she has absolutely 0 forms of mana return.
Hale is going for a wit's end here.
Maybe she's getting a little bit of MR, and she's gonna finish Hurricanes. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on this one.
I don't know. If you're gonna go for, if you just want a little bit of MR, I don't know what the Mantle's gonna do compared to a Megatron.
She's got 1,400 gold to spend, and
yep.
Oh god, and she gets to wish. And she gets
it.
Oh god.
A void staff on Italy.
Yeah, so Purple Team has pulled ahead of Blue Team. They got a lot of early
thank God. She hits the undo and she does not get the wit's end. God bless. Someone on her team has told her otherwise. She picks up a Seeker's Arm.
Much better by Black Cleaver finish for Riven here. I feel like she's gonna need a Last Whisper pretty soon to do some more damage.
I mean, I don't really... So right now Riven needs the Lulu ult to get any sort of survivability to really get into team fights. And she's just not getting it because Vayne just got ulted onto immediately. I didn't like that. That was not good. And then if you didn't notice, everyone else just sort of ran back from Nocturne. There was like no kiting backwards. Like people weren't dropping their skills, like trying to slow him back to the ran. They just sort of ran. And because of that, Vayne wasn't really able to get much damage off of her.
It was a great fight from Red Side because they had isolated the blue team into 3 and 2, and they were able to collapse on them really effectively. Lucian has completed the race to the Last Whisper first, whereas Vayne just has the pickaxe, so he's going to be basically dealing true damage to everyone except for Elise, the only member with armor, really.
Also, Elise finished the Abyssal Scepter. I really don't know about that. Taunting Guys is the preferred item for a reason. It gives you more. Well, no, I think it gives you about the same amount of extra damage, and it's much cheaper. Like, I don't really know how much magic damage is coming out of their team. It really seems like it's all Nocturne and Lucian right now.
Yeah, Nocturne's 9, 1, and 2 now. He's finished his board, so gonna be doing a lot of damage in these fights. Lulu, they feel like they wanted to go for her, but she's just gonna be able to back off.
Now, who do you think has the advantage of this game just goes on for a really long time?
I mean, if it goes late enough, I mean, Vayne is always strong enough and they have enough heal for her. But I don't know, she's kind of behind right now, so it'll be a while for her to get to that point. Lucian is just far superior here with 3 completed items.
Oh, and she hits a cocoon. Mikhail's goes down, is used on her, Fear goes down on Elise, Binding goes onto a spider. Probably a really good Mikhail's.
Mikhail does not have TP, she should rotate down now to join the team if you're going to keep sieging.
Mikhail's cooldown is 180 seconds. That's a 3 minutes that blue side can use to try and force the fight and isolate Nocturne.
As we approach the 30-minute mark, red side has reinforced their warding. They have 3 green wards in the red side, the blue side jungle near Baron, and a pink on the Baron bush.
So
looking at the sweepers, between the 4 of them, they have found 8 wards total, which is not awful, but it's also not really giving them any sort of match control.
So it all comes down to try to protect Elise.
Riven
goes to the side. No one is on
range. It will still be enough. Good Morgana ult.
Really good Morgana ulti, but looks like she might still die. Ooh.
Nocturne
Bad Nocturne ulti.
Not do enough damage. Kale, isolated, goes down. Morgana, super low. Literally, 0 mana, because she did not have blue buff, no Grail. Couldn't do anything about that, jeez.
Yeah, purple team got picked off there again.
Can we actually get a replay of that fight at about 29:30? Yeah, 29:30. So the Sona ult gets absolutely nobody, but then Riven gets a good flash in, and Lucian is just too far exposed. You can see Lulu gets a knockup onto Vayne, Kale and Nocturne, which is huge. And then Kale just is not doing the sort of late game damage she needs to be doing at this point. And then after that, they just.
Alright, so meanwhile, the inhibitor turret goes down for that pick they got. Yeah, that just was not a good team fight. They didn't have people in position. Kale was pushing top instead of being with the team.
Kale goes back to the wit's end again. Alright, so just give me like 10 seconds to state my piece. Nashor's Hurricane is just so incredibly strong that I don't see any reason why you would ever not get it. The ability to shred 15% of the armor and MR from multiple people on the enemy team is so huge, especially if you're not like the primary damage dealer in this situation. You're not.
They did not try to clear out any wards, even though there aren't really any. But Bruce does react to that. They really need to turn here. Nocturne's been on the bear.
Pretty good ult. Kale gets an ult off in the Nocturne. Riven does not get executed off. Kale trying to do damage, she's stuck in the back.
It might end up dying just
goes down.
No.
But they get forced off of Baron. It looks like they will be going for it.
Look at all of these flashing red bars on the red side.
Yeah,
although Vayne wasn't able to finish off Lucian, she completely zoned him out of the fight. The most fed member, left side for Nocturne.
So blue team says thank you to purple team for the leash. Purple team just didn't really have good communication there. They needed to either all turn or all rush down the Baron. And they probably would have gotten screwed for trying to rush down the Baron, so they just needed to turn as soon as they saw anybody in purple team. Nocturne refused to go on anyone and just kept hitting the Baron. And he didn't have his ult either, so that was the reason, but they really need to get off the Baron and just start fighting right away. It's like,
also, Morgana didn't use her Crucible that fight, which is really, really huge. It's like, yeah, she didn't get a good shield off, she didn't get her Crucible off. And if your team is relying on you to, like, provide the anti-CC, you need to use them for fights.
It also Nidalee towards a Morella Melicon, which is an interesting item choice. It's good on most supports, but considering that she died so quickly in the last fight, maybe something like Evangelion would be preferable.
Generally speaking, what you see in professional play, or even solo queue, is that Morgana just straight up rushes the Hourglass so she can force the flash in and be a threat even with relatively minimal amounts of gold. Yeah. Like, denying blue buff from Nidalee, who has 0 mana regen, is absolutely huge. She's just not getting off enough spears. Also, I just want to notice that she has Ignite. If she had, like, and her Ignite's up, right? If she had to heal for that last fight, maybe she would have been able to kite back a little bit better. Maybe she would have been able to go in great position and, like, do a little bit more damage. Whereas Ignite is not a factor at all.
Also, I didn't notice this earlier, but Kale actually maxed her heal second over her E, so...
Oh, jeez. Wow. Alright, yeah, wow.
If we also look at the AD carry comparison, while the Lucian was really far ahead earlier, Vayne has effectively caught up in terms of gold spent. There's about 1,200 gold sitting in Lucian's inventory, probably saving for that BF sword to complete the IE. But if we look at like what the impact you'll have in a fight is, it's the gold you spend in items in your inventory, so they're pretty much on the even playing field. And Vayne completely destroyed Lucian in their 1v1 duel by the Baron.
Yeah, I feel like Lucian needs to go for a defensive item over the IA here. If he gets caught out, the team's probably going to lose the fight, and Kale hasn't been getting the best ult.
Also, yeah, just another thing. Purple has a team with 2 heals. Why on earth are they trying to force, like, a Baron objective? They knew, like, if they just got ran at, it was not going to end well for them. Kale's split pushing top. She just teleported, but she should probably get back down there right now. Literally doing what she can.
A large part of what's going on this game is just Nidalee's lack of correct item building. We have all the damage items, but no CDR, no mana regen, no mana pool. Just we'll run out of mana and be unable to do anything.
Sona's doing a really good job of healing off all these spears. They're pretty much back at full health already. Oh jeez. Morgana looked like she was lagged out actually. And yeah, Nidalee had to go force off inhibitor.
They should look to push bot here and start getting to that inhibitor.
I don't understand how much I don't like the lack of runes yet. Like if she had runes, she could have forced them off that just by like clearing creep waves and doing like long range splash damage. But I mean, again, Wit's End. Wit's End, like it'll make Nidalee do a little bit more damage, make Morgana do a little bit more damage. That's not what you need when your Nocturne is 9-2.
Looks like they might be going for Vayne here. They might be able to pick her off. Yeah, they're gonna go for the die probably.
Oh jeez, that was a little bit too late.
TP.
Barely off.
Nair misses. Stun land.
Barely misses. And now it's 5 members of Blue bot. Morgana did not use her Twin Shadows. If she had used that, I'm pretty sure Nid would have gone down, but whatever. Yeah, she really should have used that Twin Shadows. She's got all these axes, and if you're not going to use them, why bother?
And another pause.
What? Nicholas just unpaused it.
What the heck?
Okay, okay, guys, you can't unpause the game if the other team paused it. That's not.
Yeah, he did this last time too. What the hell?
Yeah, there's a lot of BM going on right now.
If I type in the chat, can they see it?
No.
What's the point of
You can whisper. You can whisper. You can whisper.
Yeah, it lets you type in chat so you can whisper to people.
Yeah, purple team is being pushed back into their base.
Yeah, purple team had a chance to win this, but I feel like they've thrown away that just communication hasn't been completely far.
Morgana, Nidalee CS is just not scaled at all with everyone else's, which has been huge.
The focus of team fights hasn't been very good. They should be definitely prioritizing that Vayne and probably Riven, I guess.
I mean, again, right? Like we said, how are you going to get to Vayne, right? Nocturne ult dives in, he ults in, and he's got no follow-up whatsoever.
Yeah, Nocturne's just been getting blown up by the focus on blue team. Because as soon as he ults in, they just go on him. He doesn't really have any dive buddies to go in with, so he's pretty much alone trying to 1v1 Vayne, except trying to 1v1 because everybody else is trying to kill him.
Wow, there was a surrender vote for blue team.
Yeah. That's probably useful. Yeah. Oh, apparently Lois is playing from like Europe or something. That's pretty cool.
I believe she's in Amsterdam.
Ooh. Oh man. And again, if Kale had Rune, she'd be able to wave clear much faster and like do something against the super menus that are pushing in constantly.
Yeah, their only wave clear here is...
Not sure. I mean, we're gonna face checks. Her spell shield will get her out of this, but that was very suspect. Her ward that she dropped goes down.
The Baron is about to spawn in 50 seconds. And it looks
Blue team's setting up for it very hard right now.
Yeah, once blue team gets this Baron, they should be able to close out the game.
Purple side does have Nidalee, which is just like the default answer to Baron. Any Baron attempt. But it looks like they're not going to go for it. They're just going to try and push out.
Purple red side general is just lit up with ward. It's like, what, 6, 7, 8 wards?
One goes down. But see, Vayne just got chunked down to half health. I think that Morgana wants to initiate.
Really want to go
she
on.
fields in.
Where is Dr. Nalty?
Last 4 men of the
Dude, Morgana finished off nobody with that.
Crescendo
Oh,
complete.
Vayne gets healed back. She gets so much shield. Nocturne. Vayne goes down. Riven's in the front line. But she will be dropped by Lucian. Lucian gets polymorphed, does so much damage. Mikhails goes down. It's a little bit too late. Lucian gets stopped. Lucian's tanky. It's not tanky enough.
Really good turnaround for purple team. A lot of damage coming off the kill.
Oh no, she gets chased down, and they will get Baron
and pick up a Baron on the back end of this.
Oz will go down.
What the hell?
Guys, this is...
Alright.
This isn't okay.
Yeah, that's...
Alright. Let's just go jump back to 38-15.
Alright, if that keeps happening, there has to be some kind of penalty for that. That's just not...
So Morgana goes in, Vayne gets ulted on, and then Kale dives on. Kale gets dropped by Sona ult, but she's so low. Oh, Lucian gets a really good crit off onto Vayne, which just drops her. Lucian actually sideswipes the Riven ult as well.
She's able to survive with a heal and then a flash.
Wow, nearly that Baron.
Yeah, and then they just get chased down after that. Alright, back to you.
Interesting Baron kills here. They lost the inhibitor while they were killing Baron. Kill wasn't there, so Nidalee ended up dying to Baron aggro.
Instead of finishing that Lasagna's kill and Lux killed that Ramon for extra damage. Wow, Nidalee is so low right now.
Nidalee going for a Lich Bane next.
And yeah, that was good. That's a lot of map pressure lost.
Okay, Lucian finishes Infinity, yeah, so he's gonna be doing a lot of damage. These team fights, if they can get on him and kill him, is pretty screwed. But yeah, in that last team fight, they were able to separate the blue team into two groups that really helped them win that fight.
Wow. So, Riven, who is pretty much like their only real way of diving onto Lucian, has not picked up a new deep offensive item in quite some time. She went from Merc Tread and then she's going for a Guardian Angel now. But
yeah, Riven
I don't even know.
Falling behind here.
She's level 15. That's pretty low. I don't even know if she can one-shot Lucian with the full combo anymore, especially not after Mikhail's heal goes down. Kale.
Yeah, Lucian has a lot of lifesteal that he'll be able to get off for the Zanos, especially with the double attack proc.
The
big problem with the red team right now is that even though they took that Baron, they weren't able to gain map control. All of their lanes are pushing in, and they have a single ward, no, 2 wards on the map right now. They're completely blind.
Let me just say
there have been very few green wards purchased by purple team this game.
Yeah, all 3 wards on the map right now, except for that pink ward Morgana just placed, were trinkets. So that tells you a little something about the red team and their habits.
Sonya's is done for Kale now, so Kale is really big. I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do to deal with that.
I think if I were the red team, I would put Kale in a split pushing role right now, because she does have that TP up. I'm pretty sure she could handle anyone that is up against her now.
I don't know if the rest of purple team could put enough pressure without getting caught and dying for Kale to be successful in a split push though. Because if blue team gets a good engage off, Kale might not be able to TP in time to make it.
This is definitely another case where the Runons would be really great. Hurricane just destroys minion waves so hard.
Like, Ruins lets you decide where exactly you want every single lane to be. Kale can just run around the map, reset waves, and set them up however you want it to get map control. And she just doesning have it. And it's driving me insane a little bit. Alright.
Yeah, the width and purchase is still mind-boggling. It feels like she purchased that for lane, except she got an asset in case.
Instant dive onto Nocturne. Vayne's peeling back. She gets ulted.
That's a great
Really
KO.
good KO ulti. Blocks a lot of damage on the focus on
And
Nocturne.
Nocturne is taking 3 members
This
at
one went down, though.
Still alive, just finally died.
Blue team is kind of... Yeah, blue team, they didn't really get anything onto Vayne, so Vayne survives and does a lot
She is
of
the
damage.
only man alive. Nocturne went in for Riven, and even though Riven went down, that was not the target they wanted. Oh god, Vayne almost gets 2-shot.
Yeah, they put a little too much onto Riven there instead of focusing on the Vayne.
Oh,
And Lucian goes down.
Yeah, Lucian
They could
goes for the
probably end this right now.
Really?
It looks like they will be trying to end this.
Yeah, the game should end here.
And GG goes out for purple team.
Good
That was
initiation by
absolutely
purple team, but they went on the wrong target.
So can we get a replay back to that 42 minutes, give or take?
42.
Okay, I'm starting it back at 42 minutes. 'Cause the game is ended, but... Alright, so 42-14. Riven loses half her health, Nocturne goes in. He gets KO ult to prevent a lot of the damage. The Nidalee is just pouncing around the front. Sona gets off a 3-man ultimate, stops the KO damage, lets Vayne survive long enough to get through, and then KO's just all the way in the front, which it cannot be. Morgana gets picked off, and then Lucian gets picked off at the very end from a good Lulu combo.
Towards the end of the fight, when Red Side started retreating, Lucian didn't kite backwards. Instead, he just walked forward a little bit. I think he canceled an auto attack and then backed off completely.
Yeah, a lot of misplays coming up for purple team there.
I think Lucian was expecting to just the tower. I mean, not even enough heal. Like, why do they do that? Riven isn't the priority target. She has 2 offensive items.
Especially with a GA on her, they didn't need to...
Like, once she, like, GA popped, and she was able to force Lucian back a little bit just by running at him. And, like, it's not what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Vayne plays you guys still want to go back and watch?
Yeah, and after the fight ended and Lucian survived, I'm not sure why he's trying to 1v3. Because even after he clears the wave, he tries to get some more poke off when all he has to do is just wait.
Alright, so thank you for tuning in. That was Danzo, SSBM Zoster.
Yep.
Mahir, TRN Snickers, and Ben, Evangelion, Jiang.
Oh, we have to vote for MVPs, don't we?
Oh, we do have to vote for MVPs.
Yeah.
Alright, Mahir, you?
I think it's just you two, because in the other games, it's just been the 2 commentators, not the... Because adding a 3rd vote would just, like, make it unfair.
Yeah, okay, so for purple team, I honestly think Elise does deserve MVP votes. Even though Vayne is the reason why they won that game, because she was able to survive. But, I mean, that's just how the champion works. Elise was able to get a lot of pressure off, and good dives top lane to get KO behind initially, and just get the ball rolling.
All about Sona. Alois was able to set up a lot of peel along with Lulu for Vayne to just dish out a lot of damage. Those 19 big assists. Setting up a lot of plays in the early game as well.
I was not, like, hugely impressed by anything she did up until that last fight, where she got off a really good ult. She did a bunch of initiations, but it's not like she flashed for herself. It was, like, always Riven setting it up and then Sona following it up afterwards. But yeah, actually, I'm gonna give it to Elise too. Elise putting on a ton of early game pressure when which is what you do against a Sparrow player jungler. You go take away their creeps. You don't let them get that, like, farm. Even though Nocturne got farmed eventually, like, she still set him up. She still really hampered him in getting that far ahead. Like, she was there for top lane. She got the 2 early towers out of that. Like, I don't even think Purple Side got a dragon after that 3-man push, but it took 2 towers, which is absolutely huge. Like, for the rest of the game, top lane was just always pushing in towards Purple Side, and one more kills didn't have Ruinance to go and offset that. So that was just a permanent thorn in their side. So yeah, I'm going to have to go give it to Elise. 2 votes for Elise then. What say you on Purple Side?
Purple Side, Leaning towards the Nocturne, but I think Lucian was able to do more than Nocturne. He was able to get away with going full damage and still end up doing a lot of damage in the team fight. The last team fight wasn't too great just because of the way it was executed with Riven coming back off the GA and just zoning him out again. But I think for most of the game, he was able to have a good presence. Nocturne could also get the vote because he was still able to do a lot, even though he went 0-30-0 masteries at rush.
The absolute 0 F skip in defensive masteries. If you look at the damage delta champion chart, Lucian has so much more damage delta champions than anyone else. Like, he is on more than twice Nocturne's damage, even though Nocturne has more kills than him. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Lucian. I think he really held him in for an early game.
Yeah, even though Vayne was able to get the top 2 turrets, Lucian not getting a turret was still able to farm up really well and still be relevant.
Those 2 kill bots in like very quick succession was absolutely huge. Like, it set the goal going back in their favor, and then that one team fight mid where he came in from the side and flanked with the culling was absolutely huge.
Yeah, but looking forward, purple team should try to work on the communication a little. Some of the Kale ultis, like Kale would ult and the person would just be running away instead of fighting.
Yeah.
Like Nocturne would get ulted and he'd just flash out instead of getting some more damage in before trying to get out of there. And definitely warding. A lot of wards coming out for blue side, not so many for purple side.
I think they should also work on their item builds. Like, their itemization is...
Yeah, I was going to say...
Red side needs to work.
Very questionable item builds. That could have made a huge difference in how the game played out.
Yeah, if Morgana had Hourglass, like, by that one Baron fight, absolutely huge. Would have been huge.
Or that one fight when they had forced down towards mid and in the mid game.
Yeah, she went for the Twin Shadows, and I don't think it really did as much as they expected it to. They didn't really get any picks because of the Twin Shadows.
That one part where they chased down Vayne and she didn't activate Twin Shadows, that was huge. Although I will, it is important to mention that Purple side was playing without their highest rated player, Chris Lang Atin Ane, whatever, who is a mid/jungler player, and I'm assuming Randy Moss was filling in for him. So he did respectively. Like, he was a presence with his spears. Even if like
his farm was just way too low. I think at one point Riven was over 100 and Nidalee was still around 50. And the lack of mana regen really hurt their overall team fighting ability because Nidalee would just not be able to put out any spears when they started grouping.
I'll be honest. I think Nicholas should have just straight up been like, Nidalee, you're building XYZ. Like, you're I mean, Got it, you're building XYZ. Kale, you're building you're building XYZ. You're getting your rooted. I don't give a shit about it. Like, you're freaking insane.
Honestly, in that lane, if she wanted a mana regen item, Morale Nomicon would have been perfectly fine. Yeah. Especially against a Riven that really relies on the lifesteal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like Seekers into Morale Nomicons.
Yeah, something like that would have been perfectly fine. She really just wanted to rush into the damage, which
or even a tier
in the long run doesn't really work out.
Like tier Seeker is like probably it's a bit too late game scaling for my taste, but like I don't know if they were like just okay whatever.
Not Death Cap first.
We'll call it out.
Yeah,
it's not Death Cap first. Please God no.
At least build another Doran's ring, right? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Is what mana regen.
If you're gonna go full damage right away, build another Doran's ring first. It does a lot for you. It increases your survivability and gives you a lot more mana overall in the lane that just you really need to be able to lane properly.
Yeah. So I do want to point out one more thing. Towards that last fight where they decided to initiate it, I thought there was like a pretty good moment of communication where Morgana got to be boosted by Kale, and then she just ran them all by herself, and then everyone on Purple side was following behind. Like, they knew, like, Morgana was creating this big buffer zone between them, and they actually split Blue side into 2 different groups because of the Morgana ult, which is really, really big. But then they also split into 2 groups to go after them. They didn't, like, hunt down one of them. And because of that, like, this really, really good initiation play that they made just didn't come to much. I thought it was pretty sad. But Morgana also has mobility boots. I didn't even know that was a thing.
With the Captain enchantment, I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so work on your item builds, kiddos.
What do you think Blue should have done better?
Lucian probably should have stopped
Blue.
ranging.
Blue.
Oh, blue team, sorry.
You colorblind here.
I feel like Riven needed to split push a little more and go for more of a split push build instead of going for the heavy team fight. Because in a lot of the team fights that they did have early on, Riven was the one starting those up, and she died almost immediately in all of them.
Yeah.
Usually just
Go ahead.
because usually like Elise would be in the team fight, but not like with Riven. Riven would be the one flashing in, trying to get a stun off and starting a fight, but would almost immediately fall after getting like not even like 100% of her damage off, more like 70% of her damage, which isn't ideal if you want to try to maximize your DPS throughout the fight.
Do you think that it should have been someone else trying to start those fights though?
Sorry.
Could have built distortion boost and just flash ulti for their team initiation,
Possibly,
and then
possibly.
follow up afterwards with Riven AoE damage, Lulu knock up, and then Vayne clean up.
Yeah, and supports like Sona and Annie, who really rely on their ults for initiations, distortion usually makes a huge difference. That extra C on the flash can change the pace of the game completely. And then, yeah, I mean, Purple Team could have won that last team fight if they went on the Vayne instead of the Riven. They were able to instantly kill the Riven, but it didn't really matter with the GA. And I'm not sure if they noticed that she had a GA. I mean, I'm sure somebody noticed, but I don't think they realized
I
that.
don't think anyone was like, yo, wait, no, we probably shouldn't do this. But,
What do you guys think of
Yeah.
Purple side to take the respawn Baron instead of maybe pushing some towers and getting lane control after that one team fight up top and they just moved down?
I don't know if they could have pushed because they had a lot of the enemy last wave of super minions, I think it was mid lane, and actually ended up taking the middle inhibitor while Kayle was trying to defend that. So they essentially traded their inhibitor for a Baron against a team that was completely dead.
Yeah,
Because
and
mid lane
that's
was
fine,
pushing
that's
them
fine.
while they were doing
and
that.
Lily should have just recalled because she got
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
executed,
There was no
executed
reason to
was
stay
dead
there.
for 50 more seconds after.
That caused a lot of pressure to be lost after that.
yeah, Purple's just ran around for like a minute, like waiting for Nilly to respond. That was
Yeah, there are a lot of derby plays every now and then that could be cleaned up, but
They could have at least put Vision down on their way back from the Baron because after
Yeah,
that,
that's like one of the
side
most-
just started up their siege and it was again, but Purple side had Baron who waited
Yeah,
it
one of
out.
the
And then
most-
it was over.
one of the most important things you need to do as soon as you get an ace or something is drop down your wards. Get your if you do Baron and you're just gonna walk away, at least drop some wards behind you. Get some wards in your jungle. Be ready for when the enemy team is gonna be coming for you.
So post game doesn't see how many wards you just had, so that's pretty sad. But
Hey, let's just say it wasn't a lot for Purple Team.
Yeah.
Just one of the biggest things because not only do the wards help you survive from being picked off, but it also helps you get picks, which was really how Purple Team was doing well at all in this game by getting picks off.
Not even just picks, just like deciding when and where you should get a team fight going. If the fight is
I don't,
to
like-
start, or
I don't think the most of Purple's team fights, the ones where they lost, I don't think they were mostly started by like someone they didn't see. I think like Riven just straight up walked up to them and started the fight, or they like started the fight and it ended badly for them. I don't think like maybe there's some parts where they were afraid to walk through their own jungle and such, but I don't think that like vision control was a huge.
Well, not just that,
Deal,
it was
but-
that they didn't put Vision in the enemy jungle, and therefore they weren't able to just push the blue side
Yeah,
back into
yeah,
their
that-
own
that is
base,
true,
and
that
they
is true.
really gave away a huge advantage they had in the mid game when they had actually closed the gold lead back and
They were up in
retaken it.
gold for a while.
Yeah, they definitely retook it after the early game.
I think the 2v1 really did a lot to shut down
Yeah.
early on, because I don't think Purple Team really knew how to react to it and play against it. A lot of the times they died when they could have avoided the deaths. Like Nocturne went for creeps under the tower instead of just backing off and letting the creeps die while getting EXP but not the gold, which makes a huge difference because you just end up losing more EXP if you end up dying, and you end up losing the turret too. So just, I guess, like trying to figure out how to play the 2v1 lane is something people should be aware of. Just 'cause,
Also,
like,
Purple never actually like invaded, and they got like the deep wards that would have told them that Lulu was going to go bot and that it was going to be a 2v1 up top. If they had known, I'm pretty sure they would have swapped too because, yeah, Lucian Morgana, very strong lane.
Maybe they could have predicted it.
On the level 1, if you are a top laner, do not walk through Tribush unnecessarily.
Yeah. I mean, that was okay, I think. That was alright.
I mean, it's just unnecessary. There's no reason to have to...
Okay, so, like, just don't walk through that. We've seen, like, a huge pattern where people are consistently walking through that bush. Like, you did the exact...
On the bright side, he didn't have to burn any summoners, didn't even burn any pots, even. Just
yeah, but he had to burn his TP early, which hurt his sustained experience in the lane overall for the long run.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he was forced to take heal that.
Yeah.
Yeah, be wary of how you walk into lane, because you never know who's waiting where.
Like, there's, yeah. Like, even if they're, I don't know. Just don't do people. It's not great.
Yeah, like even if there was like a 1v1 lane, like if that's a Lee Sin, like you're probably dead on that level. Because like if he gets to jump on you, it's just a lot of damage coming down that you just aren't ready for.
Also, I'm pretty sure like if they hadn't been so focused on needing to deal with that 2v1 top, Nocturne could have came mid, maybe like try and hunt
Nocturne could definitely have taken advantage of the aggressive play from Riven. But he was nowhere to be found.
He blew both summoners, literally still had both of them, and nothing happened in mid lane for the next 3 minutes. And he just completely got away with it.
Yeah, Nocturne was either just farming his jungle and trying to help out top lane, which couldn't really be helped to begin with. The other thing for Purple Team on the 2v1 is they needed to push that turret a little harder. Lucian did get a lot of CS and did deny from Lulu, but just... they needed to get that turret once they saw the top turret was falling and not going too well.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're a platinum 80 carry. Like, you can CS and push at the same time. This isn't rocket science, people. Like, definitely something to do. Like, Morgana even rotated mid for a while because Lucian was... they were probably just like, well, nothing's happening this lane. We're not even pushing. We're just zoning. And Morgana, you're not doing anything this lane.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you have to think about who you're zoning. You're zoning a Lulu. That's really not going to be much in the end. Lulu's still going to have all her utility whenever the team fight comes up. Making her, like, half an item behind isn't really going to change that much when you could get a turret and global gold over it.
Yeah.
Also, Morgana is not, like, a great 2v1 champion. Like, Sona is a fantastic 2v1 champion because she can, like, spam heals, spam Qs. And she is like safe, easy poke that she's guaranteed to land. Morgana like wants to fight. She doesn't want to poke as much. And like even if Morgana just straight up walked mid and like sat 2v1 Colin and or Riven instead, I think that would have been like something they could do. But
yeah, that would have been a really good adaptation if they pulled it out.
And just didn't seem like she had much of a presence early on.
Yeah, and with Lulu able to farm from afar, you're not really shutting her down as much as you were shutting down the Kale, so... Alright, so do you guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we're done here. Pretty good game overall. Anyone could have really won that. Just a few things went differently.
Definitely a back and forth game.
Yeah. Final comments? Anyone?
Buy more awards. Vision wins games.
Awards, item belts, research.
Especially AD carry. Buy your awards. Sell your Dorn's Blade for award.
Probelts.net.
Oh yeah, actually though, probelts.net. Like if you don't know what to do and you're not like confident in your own build, just steal what someone else is doing. Like chances are they know what they're doing.
And another thing, mid laners. Mid laners should swap out their trinket after their first back.
Oh yeah, for sure. And put some green wards in the trinket on your first back.
Yeah. Just because don't be worried about not having a ward. That's why there are green wards. You can purchase a green ward and have your red trinket to clear enemy wards.
Buying a pink ward early and putting it somewhere where you can defend it. Great investment. It lasts for like 15 minutes. Do it.
Alright. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been UPSL Summer League 2014.
Alright.
Great having you.
Alright, good game.
Peace.
Signing out.
Good game all. Peace.
Thank you for watching, and have a good night.
Ooh.